Welcome to Facebook Live from Crossroads Theatre Company's Facebook and YouTube channels. Let's give you a little background. Crossroads is co-founded by Lee Richardson and Ricardo Kahn. And for the last 40 years, Crossroads has valued, centered, and celebrated Black artists and their creativity. And it continues to do so today. Tonight, we're featuring an artist who's been associated with Crossroads now for a while. It's Guy Davis. Guy appeared on stage at Crossroads in Two Ha-Has and a Homeboy, and The Adventures of Fishy Waters in Bed with the Blues. And most recently, he performed there for a Crossroads gala honoring the memory of Cecily Tyson. Welcome, Guy Davis. How are you tonight?
I'm doing very well, Wali. How about yourself?
Doing good, doing good. Good to see you. Now, we're going to be featuring a new CD release of yours. Is that right?
Yes, indeed.
And what's the title of your CD?
It's called Be Ready When I Call You.
Very, very good. Now, I understand, Guy, from reading the biography that accompanies the CD, that they say that you're an artist who it's kind of hard to pinpoint, that can't put you in a narrow definition of the blues. Would you agree with that?
Yep, I very much agree with that. Now, the blues is my, it's the church I go into, to pray. But there's a lot of doors in that church. And in this CD, man, I have some what I call world music. I got some Americana music. It goes outside those narrow blues definitions. So music is.
Well, Guy, how many instruments do you play, Guy?
How many instruments do I play? I know it's got to be at least 5. Let's see, it'd be the 6 12-string guitars. That's 1. 5-string banjo. That's 2. Harmonicas. That's 3. I'm an advanced student of the mandolin, but I'm afraid to bring it out yet. That's 4. And then there's the Australian didgeridoo. That'd be 5.
What did you say? The what?
Also percussion. I forgot the percussion. So
okay. Well, what was that instrument called? The Australian instrument?
Didgeridoo.
Didgeridoo. Ooh, got to watch how you pronounce that one, right?
Yeah. I'm
Listen.
always careful
Now, who would you say are your major musical influences?
Oh man, it's hard to easily lay that out. If it was the blues, if it was the spirit of the blues, I would say that'd be somewhere between Muddy Waters and Howling Wolf. If it's the finger work of the blues, that goes to Lemon Jefferson, Leadbelly, Son House, Robert Johnson. But I am larger than that. I also have a side in me, I'm just going to say, that is symphonic. I mean, I like orchestral instruments. I love cellos and bass violins and clarinets. So I studied up on the music of, this includes the music of Igor Stravinsky and Schoenberg. These were known as quote unquote 20th century musicians. That was a style of music. They call it 20th century music, even orchestral. As a kid, I used to go into the living room when I thought nobody was looking, and I'd put on the Beethoven record, the Fifth Symphony, and I would conduct it with nobody home. I'm just sitting in the living room doing like this. So I can tell you though about a musical influence who was alive up until just a few years ago, about 7 years ago. That's Pete Seeger, because Pete was friends with some of the people who were my heroes. I'm talking about Pete was friends with Leadbelly.
Now, you worked with Pete, did you not?
Yes, indeed, I did.
What was that like?
Oh, man, it was wonderful. It's like having an uncle, an easygoing uncle. And as political as Pete was, he never tried to buttonhole me or tell me what to think. And I never saw him poking his finger in people's chests, telling them what to think. He always just insisted that we ask questions, always question authority. And other than that, he found beautiful music and he played it.
Besides Pete, who would you say are other contemporary, either folk or blues musicians who you've worked with along the way?
Okay. Well, I got to put Taj Mahal out there right now. He's not the father of the blues, but he's sort of like an older brother to me. He's got a little bit with you too. I know you've actually played with his band, so hey. But my brother's fellows I know named Corey Harris, Alvin Youngblood Hart, Kev Moe. These are not just friends, but heroes. And Shamika Copeland, Phil Wiggins, the harmonica player. There's more people than I can really name, but those are just a few.
Now let's talk about this album that's out now. Be Ready When I Call You. I understand that on this album, you featured your songwriting skills. How many songs have you on it that are original?
Okay, that would be out of 13 songs, 12 of them were written by me.
Okay.
Oh, and I want to sneak in and say that if people in the end of this broadcast decide that they want to get a hard copy of the CD and they order it, they'll also receive a link to a 14th song that is not on the downloadable version.
What's that song? What
it has several titles. It's called It Was You. That was the name of it. I call it It Was You. Another title is I've Got a Secret.
Okay, It Was You. So if they download it, they can get the 14th It Was You song, correct?
Yeah, if they download it, the address which is on the physical CD. I'm not talking about if you download it off the internet, you don't get that.
I understand. I understand. Okay. So listen, how important is the spoken word or the lyrics in terms of your music?
For me, Wali, the spoken word is paramount. I know myself as a composer. I compose music to support words or even things that are wordless. But somehow I like to create a space for words, for meaning in my music. Man, back in the Renaissance and the Rococo times, all that wonderful music going on, the opera librettists, the lyricists and the composers would be at war because the word guy saying, well, this is more important. The music guy says, well, my notes are more important. For me, I've made my choice. I'm not Miles Davis, so I can't just spill it out of, both ends of me, these beautiful musical notes. But the words are what I want people to pay attention to. And if I give just the right music, they will.
That's interesting. Would you consider yourself a storyteller?
Yeah. In fact, musical storyteller. I don't put that down when I have to fill out my thing for taxes. What do? I just put that entertainer or musician. But a musical storyteller is what I am.
Does writing come easily to you, or you find you have to churn over things and scope things out? What's your process?
Wali, writing does not come easily to me. Though there are times when I've primed the pump and I'm hard at it, the songs begin to come. But that's only because I've sort of earned them by focusing on getting down whatever I hear, whatever I perceive. Oftentimes, I might get just a tune with no lyrics, sometimes lyrics with no tune. And I've waited as long as 10, maybe 15 years, sometimes for the right song to arrive with the right tune. In fact, one of the ones on this CD, I'll tell you about in a minute, is an example of that. But man, most often they show up separately. But there have been songs that have come to me whole, such as a few CDs ago, I Wish I Hadn't Stayed Away So Long. The one I wrote for my mom after she died, that came to me whole. The words and music arrived like this, boom.
Like a revelation, so to speak.
Say what?
Like a musical revelation, would you say?
Yes, like a musical revelation. I tried to rewrite it and dust it, and it said, no, this is what I need to be. Boom. And that's what's recorded.
That's interesting. But they don't all come like that, do they?
No. Mostly they do not come easily. But when they come, they are so welcome.
Now, listen, why don't we go into the music and listen to one of the songs? I think the first one we'll listen to is called, and you have to help me out with this, Badonkadonk Train. What is Badonkadonk and Badonkadonk Train about?
Don't get me in trouble. I see you smiling, which means you secretly looked it up. Badonkadonk has a lot to do with the female anatomy and mostly a man's response to it. Sometimes a man, let's just say, becomes a fool about a woman who appeals to his eyeballs. And a man might look at that woman sort of from a rearward glance and say, man, that there's some badonkadonk. Now, I ain't saying, give me any political approval on this, but badonkadonk has gotten a lot of men in trouble.
Okay, is that in Webster's or what dictionary?
No, it's not in Webster's.
Okay, very good.
Well, talking about Webster's Bar and Grill, it might be there.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to start by listening to Badonkadonk Train.
All aboard the Badonkadonk Train. I got the blues this morning that last me all day long. I need to find some toast to spread my jelly on. I got 19 women, all I want's one more. And when I get the one, I let the 19 go. I've been run over by the badonkadonk train. Badonkadonk train, 16 coaches long. Once you get hit, you won't know right from wrong. Mama took my hand, said, don't you ride. My mama couldn't hold me by her side. I got run over by that badonkadonk train. Oh, move that thing. That's mighty big front to back. It knocked my train right off the track. Badonkadonk, badonkadonk, badonkadonk. Here it comes now. Look out. Look out. Pass me that train. Make a young boy shout, make an old man lose his mind. Make a preacher hug the devil and drink till they both go blind. I stay in trouble all my days. Doctor said it'd kill me if I don't change my ways. I've been run over by that badonkadonk train. When I was a little boy, Mama kept me by her side. When I saw that train, knew I was bound to ride. My mama put me out, said I was running wild. Daddy said he ain't no more baby child. That boy been run over by the badonkadonk train. Mama told me and my sister too, these little girls gonna be the death of you. She grabbed my hand and held it tight, but I slipped out most every night. I got tore up by that badonkadonk train. Preacher left the church, throwed his Bible down. The devil came over, picked it off the ground. The devil started shouting when the train come by. The preacher started jumping till he liked to die. They both got hit by that badonkadonk train. I mean, they both got tore up by that badonkadonk train.
Well, all right. I understand the sentiment there, boy. Notice I said the sediment. Now, Guy, we have a special guest tonight, and we're going to bring in, let's see, who should we bring him in now? Yeah, I think so. Ricardo Kahn from Crossroads. Hello, Ricardo.
Okay, I'm not hearing Rick. Oh, wow. Okay. Y'all, I'm not sure what's up, but I'm not hearing Ricardo.
All right, let's see now.
There
You
you
hear
go.
me now? Oh,
Yes, sir.
that's because I was at Webster's Bar and Grill, and I had to finish my food.
That she told the sheriff. He said,
I know, that's why the sheriff told me to say that. But Guy, I just wanted to come in and pop in and say congratulations on this day. This is nice. This is really nice, and the music, as always, is beautiful.
Thank
Congratulations.
you very much, Ricardo Khan. Now, I don't
Yeah.
often call you by both and all your names like that. But Ricardo, you know your family. Thank you so much for making Picture Armstrong part of the Crossroads Theatre Company, and y'all pumping my CD. This is my family.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I'm telling everybody out there, you got to get his CD, not just to pump Guy and because he needs the support, because he doesn't really need the support to be the genius he is. You need it because you need to take it home with you. You need to take Guy home with you, and just all of the stories. Guy, you tell so many stories in your songs, and that's what I love so much. And got your letter in my pocket, man. I got to tell you, because I know that's coming up sometime soon, but you just did our gala, and that was one of my favorite songs that you sang. And it was so beautiful because you took me to so many different places, man. You do with all of the work. I love it. I love it. But listen, Guy, here's the thing I wanted to tell you. You were talking just now. Hey, Wali, my brother.
How are you, sir?
I'm okay. You guys were talking about how, Guy, you would be in your basement conducting Beethoven in secret when you were a kid. You know what I used to do?
In the living room, I thought I was alone in the house, or my parents were, upstairs or something.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not right. That's not right. You should have been in the basement. But the point I'm making, Guy, is that I used to do the same thing with Sidney Poitier. I would go in my room and try to be Sidney Poitier doing A Raisin in the Sun, Walter Lee, because he did anger so well. And I'd try to be that, and now you are that, Guy. You're our Beethoven, man. And I love you, and I just wanted to celebrate you.
I love you too, Rick. Hey,
Yeah, man.
wow, man. Eat your eggs and go to work, Walter Lee.
Yeah, exactly. Eat my eggs.
Rick,
Eat my eggs.
Damn all the eggs.
Damn all the eggs. I know.
I'm sorry. This is perfect.
Rick, why don't you take a minute? Why don't you take a minute and tell us what's happening at Crossroads?
Well, I've just returned to Crossroads, and I've been gone for a while. The theater that we used to be in has now been knocked down. It's built into this beautiful, brand new performing arts center that we're going to be a part of, right? So starting in September, we're doing our seasons all together now. So the shows, you can come to Crossroads Festival Theater, and you can see in the course of 2 days all of our work in the fall, and then come back in the spring and see more work and just go from one to the next to the next. But the bottom line is we're celebrating, we're joyful, and we're helping people come back out again, out from the darkness into the light after 14 months of being dark. And we're going to be aided by Sweet Honey and the Rock, who, members of Sweet Honey and the Rock are going to be part of that. And Daniel Beatty, the spoken word artist, he's going to be part of that too. And the person who started it all a few months ago in our gala was this gentleman here, Guy Davis. He blessed our stage, and he made it ready for everything that's going to happen after that.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I was out at an event. It must have been, well, it was definitely before COVID.
Yeah.
Where Denzel Washington received an award
That's right.
named after Guy's parents.
That's right.
Was that at your new theater?
It was and it wasn't. That I was not there by then, back at theater officially then, but that's when I saw you and your wife. Shout out to you, Hannah. And I just wanted to say that that they closed the whole street.
Yes,
So they did that show to celebrate Denzel Washington at the State Theater and at the brand new Performing Arts Center. So that's what you remember, and if you remember, it was quite beautiful, and it was a wonderful night.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Now, you
Yeah.
mentioned the song "Got Your Letter in My Pocket," correct?
Oh man, got your letter in my pocket. Guy, I'll ask you later where that came from, but it took me all kinds of places. And when you were talking about earning a song, you earned that song. I don't know how you did it, but you did. And people are going to love it.
Well, let's go no further.
Let's go.
Let's listen to Guy Davis and "Got Your Letter in My Pocket."
In my pocket. Mm. And while we're waiting, I'm not going to sing it. Just no matter what, I'm not going to sing it. Doesn't matter what you do to convince me of it. Ah, yeah.
Got your letter in my pocket, and your face stays on my mind. Well, I heard that you had a baby. Well, I didn't know the child was mine. No, I didn't know that child was mine. There've been days when I've gone hungry. There've been nights I've slept out in the pouring rain. There've been times when I spent hiding. I was scared somebody'd call my name. I was scared somebody'd call my name. Well, your husband came to see me. I lied right in your husband's face. I said that I did not love you, and I didn't want to take his place. No, I didn't want to take his place. If you ever go to High Top, remember me to Annie Gray. She's got a houseboat down on the river. Sometimes she lets me stay. Yeah, sometimes she lets me stay. Don't tell no one that you saw me. Don't tell nobody that I came around. I'll be leaving soon in the morning, and I won't say just where I'm bound. No, I won't can't say just where I'm bound. I got your letter in my pocket, and your face stays on my mind. Well, I heard that you had a baby, and I didn't know that child was mine. No, I didn't know that child was mine.
Wow.
That's a beautiful song, guy.
What is, man? I mean, wow. Wally, you know, when you're talking about musical storyteller, that's how he described himself.
Yes.
You can't get better than that, because he's not giving you everything. He's giving you enough for you to imagine also in your own world, right?
Oh, yeah. And you see, now, I've known Guy now for, oh, God, I hate to think 50 years or something. And that style is a specific part of his repertoire. There are many songs of that ilk if you go back and listen to his earlier CDs. And that's the part of him that I really feel closest to, you know, as a musician, a jazz musician myself, because the harmony is just so beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, totally. The whole album, it's interesting. I haven't heard it. I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of it. But what you're saying is that it's reminiscent of his old stuff, his recent stuff, and new stuff, right? Is that
right?
What
the first thing that we discussed was the fact that you can't really pin him down.
Got it.
And just say he is a blues musician or he is a folk musician. And as he said, you know, his influences in terms of his development go even to listening to classical music. And he plays multiple instruments. So putting all that together, there's a wide swath of and directions that his music goes in. Yeah,
totally. What about your music, man? You're a musician. What have you been doing?
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Okay, all right.
I'm not going to reveal my secrets.
All right, okay.
We have some technical problems, but we have Guy back on right now. Guy,
there he is. Guy, you hear me? Do you hear us? Because Wali and I have just been talking about you.
Well, I think we're going to play the next song while we straighten all this out. And the next song on the CD is called "Welcome to My World."
Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Okay. Wali, I just wanted to pop in and say hi to y'all, and I'm listening to it. I'm going to be backstage, but I'll be listening, and okay. I wish you a wonderful night. And I just want to say thank you so much to you and for Guy letting Crossroads do this tonight.
My pleasure. You have a good evening. Take care.
All right, man.
And we're going to go to "Welcome to My World."
Getting off of this crazy ride, you got white privilege on your side. There's no place you can run and hide. We all came here to turn the tide against you. The people on this planet Earth give America a sense of worth. They may be immigrant by birth, but it seems that no one here has convinced you. Stormy Daniels got you laid, Michael Cohen got you paid, Saudis got a bone saw blade, but you got no soul left to trade for your misbehavior. You escape, but I don't know how. Better kiss the ring when you bow. The devil's in your kitchen now, and rumor has it that he is your savior. Welcome to my world. Further than you've gone before, cause your daddy opened up the door, and because you're rotten to the core, took all we got and you still want more than is due ya. Asylum seekers come to call. You ain't racist, you love them all. Babies dead by the border wall. We're getting in line so we can all sue ya. There are laws that help to keep us free. The constitution's a guarantee that you can't come and with me. But narrow minds will never see brown as equal. We get it that your skin is white, but everybody has the right in the face of wrong to stand and fight. You made the movie, but we're making the sequel. Welcome to my world. Make this country great again. Erase the color of my skin. What century are you living in? It's time to call your next of kin to take you. You got yours and you got mine. I take it as a solid sign that you are running out of time. Now you got to toe the line or we'll make you. You are the master of illusion. Just came here to create confusion. Should've got a lip contusion when you said there was no collusion. You're lying. When you do wrong, someone dies. You ignore the people's cries. They're here to give you alibis. The folks who looked into your eyes are crying. Welcome to my world. I thought I heard the devil call my name. I thought I heard the devil call my name. Looked around, it was 1:30. I said I can't leave now, the party's just begun. Thought I heard that devil call my name. I thought I heard that devil call my name. Come here, boy. Well, I thought I heard that devil call my name. I heard his voice, it's 3:15. The devil just stood there looking at me. Thought I heard that devil call my name. I thought I heard the devil call my name. I looked out the window, it was 4:15. He said, don't you see me here banging on the door? You don't make me call you again. I thought I heard the devil call my name. Thought I heard the devil call my name. I heard his voice 6:15. It's time for you to to get your business fixed. Thought I heard that devil call my name. I thought I heard the devil call my name. Don't you walk away when I'm talking to you. I thought I heard the devil call my name. I was dancing with my baby, we was drinking gin. The devil at the door hollering, let me in. I thought I heard the devil call my name. My mother called me a drunken slob. Said, go out, get yourself a job. I know she loved me, she told me so. She told me pack my things and go. So I moved out, I got myself a wife. But I wasn't finished with my drinking life. The kids came along, 1 through 4. They'd find me drunk outside my door. Papa got drunk, please don't kill him. Papa's in jail, please don't kill him. Papa need bail, please don't kill him. I know she wants to kill me and I know it's right. A man needs to get his ass kicked by a good woman every now and then. I stayed drunk for many years, left my wife and kids in tears. The woman I chose to be my bride never left my worthless side. Our anniversary came, but I forgot. She went out and cried in the parking lot. She got mad, but didn't say a thing. So drunk I lost my wedding ring. Oh, Papa got drunk, please don't kill him. Papa's in jail, please don't kill him. Papa need bail, please don't kill him. I know she wants to kill me and I know it's right. A man needs to get his ass kicked by a good woman every now and then. Let me tell you the greatest news. I got a woman I'd hate to lose. She put hot sauce on my steak. She put air in every breath I take. She put stars up in the sky, but she put a fist in my right eye. If she see lipstick on this shirt, who's that woman? What miniskirt? This song is sung, this tune is played. My wife could have left me, but she stayed. I'm the luckiest man around. She helped me put that bottle down. She tolerates my farting and my burping. She's okay with my coffee slurping. Now if she wants to start a fight, it's 'cause I leave the seat up every night. Oh, Papa got drunk, please don't kill him. Papa's in jail, please don't kill him. Papa need bail, please don't kill him. I know she wants to kill me and I know it's right. A man needs to get his ass kicked. A man needs to get his ass kicked. A man needs to get his ass kicked by a good woman every now and then.
Okay, we just heard a few of the songs from the CD. We're having technical difficulties. Guys down in Alabama, and it's my understanding that they've had a massive power outage in the area, and that's knocked his signal out, unfortunately. Be that as it may, what we have up for you next is a video of his song. The song is called God's Gonna Make Things Over, and this song is about the Tulsa race riots of 1921. Guy wrote this over the past year in the time of Black Lives Matter and the killing of George Floyd, police brutality, and the other issues that we've been facing. And It symbolizes a quest for humanity to evolve. So right now we're going to go to that video, the video for God's Going to Make Things Over. Thank you.
Though my people may be slaves, buried down in nameless graves, you know that God's gonna make things over one of these days. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921, that's when the killing had just begun. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. W. Tate Brady was an evil man. He was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. Negroes begging down on their knees, white folks hanging them up in trees. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. There was money in Greenwood town, white folks burned it to the ground. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. Black doctor raised his hands up high, and they shot him just to watch him die. You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. Tell me, what did you learn when you watched my body burn? You know God's gonna make things over one of these days. When you hang me from a tree, raise me high so my people see. God's gonna make things over one of these days. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night. It ain't right, Lord, it ain't right what the white folks did in Tulsa on that night.
Wow, what a powerful piece. We're joined again by Brother Ricardo Khan. As you know,
Hey,
we're
man.
having some problems with Guy's signal. We've lost it. So we're thinking that we will briefly discuss this piece, and then for the rest of the show, we will play the remainder of the CD for your listening enjoyment. What do you think about that one, Rick?
Wally, I was just thinking about Alabama, man. That's where he is, and he's having a power outage. And I'm thinking,
well,
man,
I hope it's just that. I hope nobody's, trying to chase
that's
him
what
up
I'm
the street
saying.
or something.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, we got work to do in Alabama. We have work to do in a lot of places in this country. And the thing that just blew my mind was this last piece about Tulsa, because it was not just about the fact that people can be mean, that people can be ugly, that people can destroy, but also what they tried to destroy. The fact that we were brilliant, that we were powerful, that we had Black Wall Street there, that as Black people, it reminded us that we are descendants of kings and queens, and that we are that beautiful. And they wanted to destroy that. And for Guy to do this piece now is something I think every kid needs to see, not just that the destruction, but what people try to destroy when you are brilliant, when you're beautiful, So I don't know, man. It just got me feeling it, and I thought, I can't go. I got to stay here because it meant so much to me.
Absolutely. Everything you said, everything that you said, and as Malcolm X so eloquently put, as long as you're south of the Canadian border, you're south. So it's not just in Alabama, as we know all too well. It's
right.
It's everywhere, and it's all at once.
Absolutely.
It's been a never-ending nightmare for people. And
yeah.
But we don't want to end on a bad note. We don't want to end on that.
God's going to make things over one of these days.
That's right. It might be today.
It better be today.
All right. So with that said, I'm going to turn over to the next piece, which is Be Ready When I Call You. That's the title piece of the CD. And you'll listen to that and the rest of the remaining songs. And have a good evening, everyone. And Rick, again, thank you so much for participating.
Yeah, Wally. I'm glad to be here. And I just wanted to thank the people, Kayla and other folks who are out there asking questions of Guy. You'll be able to get those questions answered when you see him at Crossroads next, okay? So watch out for that. He will be back. He's family. And so are you, Wali. I thank you. And I'm blessed to be here tonight.
You're quite welcome. And from all of us, we apologize for the technical difficulties.
Enjoy the music.
Bye-bye.
Come follow me softly down between the roads. I will take you across the river to where the water flows. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. Hold on to my hand while I open up this door. I'm gonna take you someplace that you've never been before. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. You got to be ready when the devil calls your name. fortune, some come to me for fame. But if you didn't want my gifts, then you never should have signed your name. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. I'll be coming from the south, gonna take you to the east. I'll hang on to you softly, but I really am a beast. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. You know you got to tremble when the devil calls your name. Sometimes I might whisper, sometimes I might shout. I can come in through your window and blow your candle out. There's a sweet tongue like an angel inside the devil's mouth. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. Better pack your suitcase, leave it by the door. Tell your friends and family you won't be coming back no more. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. Come on, follow me softly down between the rows. I'll take you across the river where the water rolls and flows. Be ready when I call you. Be ready when I call you. You know you got to tremble when the devil calls your name. You know you got to tremble when the devil calls your name. You know you got to tremble when the devil calls your name. Did you hear about Flint? They got a river runs through town. In Flint, Michigan, they got a river runs through town. But there's poison in the water and poison in the ground. Well, the governor's staff, they had bottled water to drink. Yes, the governor's staff had bottled water to drink. But the children of Flint drank it from the kitchen sink. If you hear this song, don't drink the water, keep moving along. Don't drink the water if the fish are dead. Don't drink the water, it's filled with lead. Don't drink the water till they make this river clean. Flint River water, worst I've ever seen. Flint River water is the worst I've ever seen. Wouldn't be surprised if it burned like gasoline. Governor Snyder told the people, go on and drink your fill. The governor told the people, go on and drink your fill. If this water don't kill you, I believe that nothing will. If you hear this song, don't drink the water, keep moving along. Don't drink the water if the fish are dead. Don't drink the water, it's filled with lead. Don't drink the water, don't drink the water till they make that river clean. What they did on Flint River 2014 was a crime. If you wouldn't give this water to your kids to drink, why would you give it to mine? If you hear this song, don't drink the water, keep moving along. Don't drink the water if the fish are dead. Don't drink the water, it's filled with lead. Don't drink the water, don't drink the water till they make that river clean. Now Newark, New Jersey has a water problem too. I said Newark, New Jersey has a water problem too. Lead pipes in the system, what are people gonna do? It's time to take action, time to take a stand. It's time to take action, it's time to take a stand. Gotta make some changes just as fast as we can. If you hear this song, don't drink the water, keep moving along. Don't drink the water if the fish are dead. Don't drink the water, it's filled with lead. Don't drink the water, don't drink the water till they make that river clean. If you hear this song, don't drink the water, keep moving along. Don't drink the water if the fish are dead. Don't drink the water, it's filled with lead. Don't drink the water, don't drink the water till they make that river clean. This land is our home, it gives us our bread, where children are born and we bury our dead. The desert surrounds us under sun so bright, but it's cool in the evenings, so cool in the evenings on a starlit night. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Look through the fence as far as you can see. The settlers built a town where our land used to be. Every time I turn around, they've taken something more, and it leaves my heart trembling. Yes, it leaves my heart trembling. They'll be at our door. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? A Palestinian boy threw rocks at the fence. I saw the soldiers take him. We haven't seen him since. Every time you turn around, they've taken someone new, and it leaves my heart trembling. Yes, it leaves my heart trembling that it might be you. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? In the rare times that there's peace between our enemy sides, we look through the fence into each other's eyes. Then someone fires a shot, and again the war must start. I can feel the world dying. Yes, I feel the world dying of a broken heart. Israeli mother sings to her children, this land is our home, it gives us our bread, where children are born and we bury our dead. The desert surrounds us under sun so bright, and it's cool in the evenings, so cool in the evenings on a starlit night. Israel, Israel, you are my home. Israel, Israel, you are my home. Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Palestine, oh Palestine, where have you gone? Where have you
Wali,
Were you able to get back in?
I think so. I'm actually on the screen right now on Rhonda's phone. So
Okay.
the three of
Did you need me to come back on?
well, if you have more questions. Anyway, I'm here I can carry it from here on myself. And I thank you very much for stepping up.
You're quite welcome.
I'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Well, I'm not sure all of what has been heard thus far. I heard the Palestine, Oh Palestine song playing when I came back in. Very, well, let's just say it might not go down smoothly with a lot of people. The intent of that song was never to call for anyone's blood. It was to say that there are divergent views held by different people. But in the end, in my song, they are forced to come together to sing a harmony about the same land. So I would like for this song to be about human rights. I'd like for this song to be about everybody deserving
a place at the table so that they can have a voice. They may speak and be heard. And if there's going to be a solution to this whole Middle Eastern craziness that includes the Nakba, that includes everything, people's voices have to be heard. Okay. I am not sure what happens next. I'm going to look around here and see if I've written on some kind list. Yes. All right.
It's good to see you, man. I was worried about you.
I'm sorry about that, but apparently there is an outage down here that affects at least the neighborhood and maybe more. We don't know.
Oh, my God.
Rhonda, my darling, found a way to rig her phone so that I could actually be connected to the show by way of her phone. And for that, I am most grateful.
That's really great.
And if I look like I'm fiddling around here, I'm trying to get a sense of what songs happen when and that sort of thing.
Oh, you know what? I saw that somewhere. But Guy, could I ask you a question on behalf of somebody who wanted to ask?
Please do.
Yeah, man, because I find it. Kayla was asking about your first experience performing live. And the first time I ever saw you perform was in this play called Robert Johnson Tricked the Devil. And that was at New Federal. I know that was going back, but I think what she's trying to ask is because there are a lot of people who are inspired by you and they're just starting out as well. How was your first experience, and what can you impart as words of inspiration?
Well, to anybody who would think of either being on a stage or writing for the stage or doing anything in this entertainment industry, I will say that I went to a summer camp from the age of 8 where I was exposed to the music of Pete Seeger, mostly because it was his brother's summer camp. So I heard all sorts of songs, including the blues, including Leadbelly, including Woody Guthrie, protest songs, protest music. And a
lot of people don't know, Guy, a lot of people don't know that Pete Seeger, of all the songs he wrote, one of them was We Shall Overcome. Right?
Yes, I can say he wrote it, or he kind of assembled it from elements that were there of old time spiritual music. And he assembled that song in such a way that people could sing it together. That's where the power of that song came. And that's one thing I learned from my mentor, Pete Seeger, was how to lead a song with people singing in a way it makes strangers feel like friends. And if there anything in the world is needed right now, it's for strangers to feel like friends. Like friends.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
You were actually asking me, run back that question a little bit. My brain is...
No, you answered it. Kayla was basically saying, what was your first experience performing? And I think you responded in terms of what your inspiration was.
Yes, that's true. Here's a little anecdote. I convinced my dad to buy me a 5-string banjo back in the year 1960, which we knew, Ricardo, was only about 6 years after Brown versus the Board of Education, in which the Supreme Court said, it is unconstitutional to separate the races in a school. And so I'm sure part of my dad must have been thinking, why does my kid want a banjo? Why didn't he get a guitar like other folk singers and protesters? Why is he going back to the banjo? Because, the banjo's got a little luggage, a little baggage with it.
A little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah, but fortunately, my dad did not stigmatize me with that. he got me that banjo, and I'm grateful he did. And
Mhm.
it opened me up to study music as fully as I could.
But the banjo didn't start on the plantation. The banjo was an instrument created.
Oh yes, and in Africa, I believe West
Mhm.
Africa,
That's right.
but it was called Ngoni,
Mm.
Ngoni.
Mm.
And I'm telling you, Rick, the first time I saw an Ngoni played, I was at a festival in England, and Leon Bibb's son Eric was there at the same festival, and there was a West African band that played the Ngoni, and they played with the backs of their fingers, with their fingertip, the nails of their fingertips, all downstrokes, no upstrokes, which is the requirement for something they call claw hammer banjo that they play here in the States today, claw hammer style. That was
Wow.
also known as slave style. That's what the captive Africans brought over. So when I saw it played that way, it shook me. I wanted to holler. I wanted to holler.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. And when you play it, just so you know, folks, when you watch Guy Davis play that banjo, you're mesmerized. A part of you is going to say, "Wait a minute, why is he playing that? How could he play that?" And then you look, and it's because he can. And, you know what I mean? He's a musician, and I was telling Wali, when you were gone, Guy, you are totally the musical storyteller you are, and you can't just tell a storyteller to use only one instrument to tell the story. You got millions of stories, man, and you got millions of ways to do it, and you do it brilliantly.
Thank you for that kind thought.
Yeah.
It's all so many instruments, and also different ways to use instruments. On this CD, be ready when I call you. The banjo that you hear on it is primarily a 6-string banjo, which has that very old 20s jazz kind of sound. It's got some of that in it. So I wanted to cover this thing from as many angles as I could.
I love it. I love it. Is that the next song coming up? I don't know what the next song is. What's the next song, Guy?
Unfortunately, when Peg Schuler Armstrong got the musical input, it was sent to her in an order that is different from what is on the CD. And she wrote it out somewhere, and I stuck it's like on a reference piece of paper around here, which I cannot find at this point.
It's all right. It's all right. Maybe she'll hear our plea and tell us what this next one is. But I know your whole album is. There it is. It's called "I've Got a Job in the City."
Okay.
I've got a job in the city. See, I'm reading it. It's right there.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Pour me a drink, baby. You know I'm having a real bad day. Pour me a drink, babe. Oh yes, I'm having a real bad day. My wife just left and my girlfriend moved away. I took a job in the city, loading boxes on a train. city, loading boxes on the train. Well, I can't stand the work, but I do like what they paying. Let's hear some of that guitar. A woman down on Wall Street, you know she looked right in my eye. Met a pretty girl on Wall Street, yeah, she looked right in my eye. She said we couldn't go out 'cause I didn't have a suit and tie. Gone away, babe, gone away, you off of my mind. Gone away, babe, I'm gonna worry you off my mind. I'm gonna keep me a bottle and drink till I go blind. Professor Louis. Take it home.
All right. Guy, guess who's back, man? He's coming in a second. Wali. There he is.
Here I be.
All right.
All right.
All right. What did I miss? Did I miss much, Guy?
Well, it's just a tune called "Got a Job in the City" that I wrote, and I guess I will just state that the musical personnel who you heard on that particular selection was the band for most of this, with little variations. And some of these guys have been with me for 20 years.
Ooh.
I'm talking about Professor Louis, also known as Aaron Hurwitz, playing all the keyboards. He's been with me on the road a million times. Gary Burke on the drums, and John Platania on the electric guitar. That's people known to you, Wali, because I know you recorded on some of my work that John produced. Mark Murphy on the bull fiddle and also on the cello. And a fellow named Christopher James is playing some 6-string banjo backup. He's playing some mandolin. And he's a good guy all around. And then there's Jeff Haynes, who played percussion on Palestine, Oh Palestine.
Very good.
Mm.
Now, Guy, while I was gone, did anybody ask you about your parallel careers? Now, because I know that you not only are a musician and a singer and a songwriter, but you're an author and a teacher, and you've been on Broadway a number of times and also acted in television and movies. So tell us a little bit about that, Guy.
Well, out of all the jobs I've had, I mean, television show, let's see, that would be like One Life to Live on the soap operas, would be the biggest TV thing I did. The film, I guess people might know me for, is Beat Street, playing Double K.
I remember that.
Yeah, when you're little,
I
right?
do. Yeah, yeah. When I was real little, I was real.
Yeah, that was a ways back there. And also being in about 5 or 6 New York City theaters, mostly up in Harlem, but also down with Woody King on Henry Street, and Rosetta Lenoir on 100 and oh God, Harlem and 100 and like 5th Street, 106th Street, something like her Amos Repertory Theater. I've been in so many theaters. Of all these jobs I've had, none of them compared to the job I had driving taxi back in 1988.
Well, why do you say that, Guy?
That job, because that educated me more than all the schooling I'd had in my life. I mean, I'd gone to college, and I had music teachers coming up both ends. The great Milt Hinton, who played bass with Cab Calloway, and he was my jazz workshop instructor. And I met some of the most incredible and amazing composers and people who held me to the task. But going to school and studying, that was
okay. Well, now let me ask you. Now, what did you perform at the Crossroads? What did you perform at Crossroads Theatre?
What did I perform at Crossroads?
Didn't you participate in a few plays over there?
He did. He performed
yes,
in.
I'm just having technical issues being able to hear everybody. Yes, Two Ha-Has and a Homeboy would be the first piece that I officially participated in. And
Guy was the homeboy.
Yeah, that's right. I was Homeboy, and R.C. Davis, Ruby Dee, Ma and Paul were the Two Ha-Has. And it was part retrospective, part directly created stuff that we put on stage, and an awful lot of fun. And then over the years, I've done maybe 1 or 2 workshops way back with. I'm sorry, you about to ask me?
Well, I was just going to say
with Ricardo, 1 or 2 workshops, but the main piece I did was just under 10 years ago. We started doing The Adventures of Fishy Waters in Bed with the Blues, and that's where Ricardo put me to work on my own piece, made me dig into it deeper than I had, and I wrote the piece 20-something years ago. But in 2011, 2012, when we put it up, I had to dig deeper than I'd ever dug before. And he put in creative stuff on the stage that it didn't make it a new play, but it enhanced it tremendously. Yeah. And I haven't forgotten that.
I loved that experience. And Wali, I got to tell you, when the audience walked in to get ready before they took their seats, Guy was on the stage already. He was in character as a hobo, and it's something that a lot of people haven't seen before. But to know Guy and to understand his commitment to stretching, to digging deep into a story he's already written and knows, it was discovery for us all, new discovery, and that's what's so great about working with Guy Davis. It's always about new discoveries every day.
And talk to me about Robert Johnson, Trick the Devil. That was an off-Broadway play that you did, correct?
Yes, it was. That was also done down at the New Federal Theater on Henry Street under the direction of Woody King. Robert Johnson, Trick The
Chick the Devil.
written by Bill Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this
Yeah, but-
play came out at a time, I guess, in the early 90s, at a time when not so much was known about Robert Johnson. They know a lot about him now, have dug up a lot of facts, a lot of relatives, but this was a time and not much was known. So I had to make his personality up out of the air, but not thin air. I borrowed the personality of a blues man who I will not know, who I'll not name, but Wali knows him. Blues man used to get in trouble with women all the time. And it was basically Robert thinking that he's bulletproof and could do anything with anybody's wife that got him in that kind of trouble that eventually killed him. Robert Johnson Trick the Devil was one of those pieces that made me dig deeper than I ever had before. I had to dig deep musically, acting wise, and in the long run, it has helped me because I think I was playing way more ragtime kind of music than I was blues at the time when I first started doing the Robert Johnson piece. And since then, that's when the blues has gotten deeper and deeper and deeper for me.
But you know, I have to tell you, that particular play cannot be done all over the place all the time, because that character the guy played had to be a consummate actor and musician. You couldn't be halfway one or the other. Couldn't be an actor who plays the guitar or a guitar player who acts. Guy was all of that. And you don't get that all the time. You rarely get that, which is one of the reasons why it may not be done so much nowadays. You gotta have a Guy Davis to do that.
Guy, tell me about this nomination you got for Grammy. What was that all about?
Oh man, okay. I was nominated for a Grammy in the 2018 Grammy. I had recorded with my harmonica playing partner Fabrizio Poggi, who comes from Italy, and he'd had me up on stage with his band, and we'd met at festivals and jammed together. But he had me come by a studio that he uses in Italy. As a matter of fact, I think, was it the same? No, it wasn't the same. He actually produced one of my CDs prior to this, but we did a tribute album to Sonny Terry and Brownie McGee. And he had me come by the studio for less than 24 hours. I can't do nothing in less than 24 hours in the studio. But I sat there and we sang, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 songs. And I didn't have much time to be there. And I'm like, I want to redo that vocal, redo this thing. We just had to hit it and quit it. And the next thing I knew, Mark Carpentieri, the MC Records guy, was saying, hey, man, y'all got nominated for a Grammy.
Wow.
That's
some guys called Rolling Stones took that Grammy.
There you go.
I never heard of them. Who are they?
I don't know.
Well, next up we have another piece coming your way. It's called "I've Looked Around." So "I've Looked Around" by Guy Davis.
Looked around. All right.
We are refugees. We've landed on your shores. Some were drowned at sea. Don't turn us from your doors. You've heard our children's voices. They were hungry, so they cried. In your garbage we find food. We must eat or we will die. Have you seen my people? I looked around, I looked around. Did they call out any names? I looked around, I looked around. Were they naked? Were they hungry? I looked around, I looked around. And what about the children? I looked around. I looked around. Forced from homes at gunpoint in the middle of the night. They packed us onto trains that rode till morning light. I saw them take our neighbors, pull them to the side in a concentration camp. I saw the way they died. Have you seen my people? I looked around, I looked around. Did they call out any names? I looked around, I looked around. Were they naked? Were they hungry? I looked around, I looked around. And what about the children? I looked around, I looked around. We're from Chile, we're from Ireland, Croatia and Vietnam. We're from Palestine, Rwanda. We're from India and Pakistan. From Russia, China, Cuba. We are German, Polish, Jews. Myanmar, Rohingya. We're native through and through. Have you seen my people? I looked around, I looked around. Did they call out any names? I looked around, I looked around. Were they naked? Were they hungry? I looked around, I looked around. What about the children? I looked around, I looked around. I've seen them walk 1,000 miles for asylum through a gate, risking jail and deportation to stand there and beg and wait. So border guards take a baby from a nursing mother's breast. America is great, but this cannot be her best. Have you seen my people? I looked around, I looked around. Did they call out any names? I looked around, I looked around. Were they naked? Were they hungry? I looked around, I looked around. What about the children? I looked around, I looked around. Have you seen my people? I looked around, I looked around. Did they call out any names? I looked around, I looked around. Were they naked? Were they hungry? I looked around, I looked around. What about the children? I looked around, I looked around. Have you seen my people? I looked around, I looked around. Did they call out any names? I looked around, I looked around. And did you check in all the prisons? I looked around, I looked around. And what about the graveyards? I looked around, I looked around.
I'm back on the computer. You know,
Good to see your face.
my darling Rhonda Woolley made this happen.
What a powerful piece of music there, Guy.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I've looked around is something, it's been ruminating in me it was there, and then just this was the way it came out. I don't know. There's something about the phrase of somebody who is looking for someone for family. Have you checked in the prisons? Have you checked in the graveyards? I've looked around. There's something about that phrase that is active and makes, hopefully, makes a listener pay attention and to find something inside themselves.
Wow. Guy,
and it's stuff, we've been hearing on the news for these many months and years.
Guy, how did you handle the last year with COVID? What'd you do to stay sane?
Oh, man, what makes you think I'm sane?
Well, to the degree that you are, Guy, too.
Okay. Well, assuming I was sane, a large part of it is the fact that I started doing a Facebook Live broadcast every day but Saturdays. It is on my Kokomo Kid Facebook page. That's KIDD, Kid with 2 Ds. And I call the show Coffee with Kokomo. And I'm on for about a half an hour. And I play music and we drink coffee and talk smack and silliness. It's just like you would in a coffee shop. So I look at the scroll, and some of the conversations going on aren't even about me. So I'm sitting there trying to figure, and that's what happens in a coffee shop. You hear conversations that you are not part of, but it is sociable. It has kept me at least that much in touch with people I've known over the years, people who I've taught at music summer camps and things like that, people who I've learned from, people whose music I've stolen. Everybody. So yeah, GuyDavis.com, Coffee with Kokomo is the name of the show on the Kokomo Kid Facebook page. And if you want to find out anything about that, about the mugs we sell, about the CDs I'm selling, you go to GuyDavis.com.
Was any of the music on the new CD stuff that you performed on your Kokomo Kid show?
Yes. In fact, I think everything on this new CD. I'm trying to think, is there a song I didn't do? I think I did pretty much. I might not have done Welcome to My World. Then again, I might have. Remember, I'm up to show number 358. That's going 6 days a week for, oh God, that's a lot of shows. That's a whole heap of shows, but it's what I do. It's what I've needed to do. Sometimes, people have actually sent in money to the tip jar, and I'm grateful. I am all the way grateful. But that's not why I do it. I ain't gonna die rich because of a tip jar. I'm grateful, but giving this music, doing it is what I ache to do, and to tell those stories. While I was off, you all might have been discussing that song that just goes back a little bit. I got your letter in my pocket. Fortunately, I have never had to experience a day where I had to go hungry. There's a couple of times I'm trying to lose some pounds and I went hungry, but that's a whole nother deal. But through stories.
That's a different reason.
Yeah. Through stories, anecdotes, and people I have met. That story about the man who has to come up with, he has to recognize that he is the father of a child, that somebody that he doesn't belong to. That's almost universal. And the story didn't come to me whole, though. I wrote a song called Joppa Town. It's got to be more than 20 years ago. In the 1990s, I was doing a song called Joppa Town. And that was when the first inklings of this song came to be. There were lines from when I was writing Joppa Town that I discarded, and then I reused them for this song. I got your letter in my pocket. And it has to do with lovers, unfortunate circumstances, prisons, got to do with a lot of things.
You mentioned that Sonny and Brownie's Last Train was recorded in Italy, correct?
Yes, Bergamo, Italy.
Where did you record this CD?
This CD was recorded upstate near Woodstock in a town called Hurley. It was at Professor Louie's studio. His professional name is Aaron Hurwitz. And Louie used to be the recording engineer and also a musician for the band, as in Bob Dylan's band. Louie was a latter-day member, I guess you'd call it, from the 80s. So he's had experience on all ends of recording. And what he does on the keyboards with the Hammond B3, that struck me so deeply that I had to use that organ, like on the song, Got Your Letter in My Pocket. I'm going to get back to what you asked me, Wali, but I got to return to Got Your Letter in My Pocket. The most powerful use of a church organ I ever heard once was on the radio. I was listening to John Lee Hooker talking, just talking, and they had a church organ going behind him. And that made me know that, yeah, I think I would like to try this with my song. And Louis gave me just what I needed. It wasn't too much music, just enough music. Okay, so Wali.
Yes.
Getting back to, I run my mouth so fast, it bangs the questions out of my brain.
That's okay. Well, my next question is, now that things are opening up again, what do you look forward to do now with your career?
With my career, I want to return to the stage for one thing, and Ricardo knows.
We're here.
Yeah, so yeah, he knows some of this. Not just with my own work. I do have more work. That Got Your Letter in My Pocket. I've got other songs that are not on this CD that are going to round out a story of love, murder, blues, union workers, oil workers, white and black. Everything's going to happen in this thing. Well, Ricardo has put me in a position, and it's not, we couldn't happen yet because of COVID,
right?
Where I get to do musical workshops alongside people who are doing writing workshops, acting workshops, speech and singing workshops. And I'm not sure how all that ends, but it allows me to teach, which is important to me. And it allows me to, grab Ricardo to the side every now and again. Hey, man, check out my piece, check out my play.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So those are amongst the things I look forward to doing. I do have some gigs coming up that are slowly bringing me out of the COVID mothballs. I say that because, I get to perform, but things are different on this computer. I don't have to use finger picks as much. And I almost always use them. Now for a year, I've been using them just rarely. So I got to get used to them again. There's little things that make a show, all that it can be.
Yeah. Yeah. I got to tell you, welcome to my world, Guy. We got to talk about that sometime, because I want to know where that was coming from in your head, because it's so powerful dramatically.
Okay, well, both y'all are going to hear this.
All right.
Now, yes, dramatically. You notice that musical riff was from Junior Walker and the All Stars.
Okay.
And then when I open my mouth, I'm grateful that I spent so much time listening to my son's rap CD collection. Now, some of the tunes that were in that collection would make your ears melt off, and you sure didn't want your mama to hear none of that. But then some of them were quite valid. I've got neighbors who have bragged to me that back then that their kid would get a rap CD, and he took it from his son and threw it away unopened. And I promised myself I would never do that with my son. Even if I didn't like it, I'd listen to it at least once. Then I'd tell him what I thought.
Yeah.
So when I heard some of those rappers, the way that they use rhythms, there is a lot of, well, let's just say it was an opportunity to rhyme, to do a little bit of senior rapping. I call it senior rapping. I don't mean senior like Spanish. I mean old.
Oh, but no, how about knowing, as in Gil Scott-Heron knowing, right? You know what I'm saying? When you think about it, I'm just telling you, when you do something like "Welcome to My World," you're hearing. Wally, tell me if I feel like I'm hearing somebody trying to break through something, to tell me something, to take me somewhere, to take me to his world. And I'm just saying, Guy, we got to talk about that. There's a play in there. There's all kinds of stuff in so much of what you're doing, but that got to me.
Okay, there may be a play, but it goes further than this, and I bet Wali could speak on this. When Miles Davis came out, when Jimi Hendrix came out, they did things that reset the musical world. When John Coltrane started playing all these tritones and it reset something.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays you got kids, like 12-year-old kids, who use the old Coltrane stuff for their scales, when they practice. And you gotta come out the womb knowing how to play fast and furious like Jimi Hendrix, etc. But what you just said made me realize that those words I came up with, I wrote them, but the idea was I want to perform them as if I'm breaking out of prison with them, rather than just showing off how fast I can, bang words together. I wanted to rub against your ears just so nice. Plus you understand it. There's a craft to it. You don't want to have to say something that people have to stop their heads to say, what did he say? While the rest of the raps are going. So there was a lot of craft, but the trick, it's not a trick, but the mission for an artist is to sound like he is creating it on the spot. Yeah.
Well, I just want to say this has been really great with both of you. And I'm going to be listening to the rest of this music, but I have to get to some other stuff that's actually inspired by what you're doing now, Guy. I've got to get to my writing now, but I couldn't help. I couldn't leave, and I'm not going to leave now. But what I do want to say is that there are a bunch of people who've been inspired tonight, folks who have written in just to give their support. Kayla and Jerry Schuler Jr. and Lou Jean Johnson and just a whole bunch of folks. And I know there are a lot more out there. We just want to say, Guy, man, you are family. You are loved, and we're just blessed to know you and hear this music. So thank you. And Wali, thank you, man, for letting me sit in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Totally.
We have 2 more songs, Guy, left, I believe. 200 Days, and your only cover song on the recording, which is Howlin' Wolf's Spoonful. And we're going to go to 200 Days right now.
All right.
Days since the mill closed down. I can't find no work anywhere in this town. And soon, when my search is over, I'll be coming home to you. Back when I first left, the baby, she was just 2. She must be half grown now and looking just like you. But soon, when my search is over, I'll be coming home to you. high and I look down low. The doors closed in my face everywhere I go. But soon, when my search is over, I'll be coming home to you. Oh, back the wind, please don't you let it blow. Sometimes I wish that you would never let me go. I climbed up high on this lonesome hill, hoping and praying that you love me still. The people I meet, they're mostly nice. I'm only gone hungry, maybe once or twice. Soon, when my search is over, I'll be coming home to you. The night before, when I hold you again, I won't cry no more. 'Cause soon, when my search is over, I'll be coming home to you. Coming home, coming home.
Okay. We have one more song left, and that's Spoonful. And at this point, we're going to say goodnight to everyone and thank everyone for listening and watching. It's been wonderful, Guy. I want to personally congratulate you on your musical effort and this CD. It's a great combination of songs that span a wide swath of music and very interesting and meaningful and powerful lyrics. Congratulations.
Thank you, Wali. Thank you from my heart.
And let this not be the last one. I'm looking for another one this year too, and following year, so we can have another CD listening party at Crossroads. Okay, everyone. Well, again, thank you so much for giving us your ear and watching, and have a good night. We're going to end with Spoonful. Take care.
It's all right, it's all right. It's all right, it's all right. Could be a spoonful of diamonds, Could be a spoonful of gold, or just a little spoon of your precious love. Satisfy my soul. So many lies about a little spoonful. I see them cry about a little spoonful. They even die about a little spoonful. Everybody fighting about a spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. Everybody fighting about a spoonful. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. Could be a spoonful of coffee, could be a spoonful of tea, or just a little spoon of your precious love is good enough for me. So many lies about a little spoonful. I seen them cry about a little spoonful. I watched them die about a little spoonful. Everybody fighting about a spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. Everybody fighting about a spoonful. About that spoonful. I watch them cry about a little spoonful. They even die about that spoonful. Everybody fighting about a spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. That spoon, that spoon, that spoonful. Everybody fighting about a spoonful. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. It's alright, it's alright. Could be a spoonful of water, save you from the desert sand. Or just a little spoon of my 45, save you from another man. So many lies about that spoonful. I seen them cry about that spoonful. They even die about a little spoonful. Everybody fighting about a